A peaceful day trip. These 3 Syrian patients are leaving the military hospital in Westerstede in Lower Saxony for the first time. They don't want their real names to be made public or their voices to be recognizable. They're scared of the consequences for their relatives in Syria, scared of Prime Minister Bashar al-Assad's henchmen. Layla, which is not her real name, and her 4-year-old daughter are plagued by nightmares. Their bodies are full of shrapnel.
We were at home when the bombing began. Our house was hit, and we were all there. My husband, my children, my son. My husband was injured and nobody came to help him because the shooting continued. When it finally stopped, both my son and husband were dead.
Syria's civil war has raged on for more than 2 years. Over 80,000 people have died, millions have fled. With no end of the fighting in sight, the number of victims continues to rise. For Ahmed, which is not his real name, it's still very alienating to be here in Germany, in a park where the plants are so neatly ordered. He left Syria after his leg was seriously injured, leaving his wife and children behind.
I was arrested 8 months after the revolution began. No reason was ever given. I was in jail for half a year. I was tortured, and some of my fingernails were pulled out.
Much as they would like to forget the destruction, chaos, and suffering they experienced, the patients in Westerstede are still extremely traumatized.
It's terrible. We keep having nightmares about the bombs. We hear the thunder when we're asleep, as if it were here in the hospital. My daughter dreams of her father, dreams that he's calling her.
36 injured patients were flown to Germany exactly a month ago in a military air ambulance. Most were very badly injured. Some were in critical condition. 7 of them are currently being treated at the military hospital in Westerstede. Senior surgeon André Gutka has already worked in many war zones, but has been particularly moved by the plight of his Syrian patients.
I was very emotional when I saw the x-rays of the mother with the 4-year-old child, and when I read the child's file. I have a 4-year-old son myself, and I was really distressed by the thought that such a young, innocent child had ended up in such a life-threatening situation.
The Salehs from the German-Syrian Forum regularly come to visit the patients here. They talk to them about their problems, offer support, and look after them as well as they can. André Gutka appreciates their help. Most of the Syrians would like to remain in Germany when they're better. The authorities have promised them they can. Layla can imagine staying with her daughter if her other children can also come. Ahmed would also prefer to leave Syria behind him.
I would really like to stay in Germany. If my wife and children came, they'd be able to see what democracy and human dignity really are.
Ahmed also hopes his war-torn homeland will one day be able to experience democracy, and he hopes Germany will help fulfill this dream.